So thank you everyone for coming to this masterclass. I'm going to share my presentation. So we are going to talk about today how you can create and launch and sell, actually in other order. So sell, launch, create your group programs, memberships, small coaching group programs, and sell out those offers before you actually create them. So yeah, you can write notes, but I'm gonna be also sending this recording to everyone. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and then I will get back to them. So for anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Marta. I used to be a scientist, but then when I became pregnant, I've decided to start my own business because I wanted the freedom. I wanted to have more time to spend with my daughter. And the scientific career was really time consuming and really draining me. So I've started as a web designer and moved into a tech coach. And now I'm actually getting certified in mindset. So in energetics coaching tomorrow, getting my certification. And then as well getting a course and launch strategies certification soon. And why I started coaching is because coaching helped me in the beginning of my business. I've started knowing nothing and knowing nothing about my mindset, knowing nothing about strategies, anything. And I was coached almost the whole time since I started my business. And it influenced me so much that I wanted to use it as well to help my clients. So I assume that everyone is here because you want to create a group offer, you want to profit from those group offers, you want to save some time. Maybe you are doing one-to-ones and you are thinking about how to do a group offer, how to launch, how to sell. And you maybe saw that I was pre-selling my group offers and helping clients do the same. And you are just interested in how to actually pre-sell it before you create it. So today I will talk to you a little bit about how. So in this year I've launched a group program together with Danny, and we had an 8K launch. And actually we had a 50% conversion rate with our prospects. And I've helped clients launch their group offers in the last 2 months as well, and sell them before creating them. And I'm going to show you what they did as well. That was maybe different from us. And I'm going to be telling you what is kind of like the minimum that you need to do to pull this off. How this way of pre-selling it and then building it later on actually has a bigger impact on your client and can get them more results, and what things are critical to pay attention to in this process. So what is the most important thing, and how to leverage this approach to then create an offer and profit from it over and over again later on. So just to show some social proof of the clients that have been sending me messages after using this approach. So I had a client, she started a membership. Actually, she's starting 3 memberships based on some things that she already had. And this is gonna get her recurring income. So they're a bit lower cost memberships, but that's monthly income coming to her every month. So basically from 1 month of working together, she, without a launch, already has at least £1,000 coming in monthly. So that's this year 12K. And then we are just starting now to actually launch her programs properly. So she's gonna get even more people in, so that can increase, and she can like every month increase and have recurring income as long as she runs these programs. And then another 2 clients launched their group programs. One had no idea. She told me she would never thought of launching before having everything created. And just by telling her to try to launch it before creating, she had someone painful before starting, and another one as well. So first of all, we will look at what do you need first to even start. Then we will look at stages of your offer launch so that you launch with success. And then we are going to look at what to do after you've launched and had that offer and how you can now grow that offer later. So first of all, I want you to tell me in the comments what are some things that are stopping you and questions that you have about launching your group offers. So I want to see in the comments, in the chat, if anyone wants to share what is stopping you from launching a group offer. Perfectionism, anything else? Technology. Do I have the time? Not knowing what to offer and how it would be run and not getting the signups. Amazing. So yeah, I will share now what different blocks people have and that I had when I started first. So funny how perfectionism was first one in the comments and it's actually first one here. And I actually had a lot of mindset blocks. So all of those things like, is anyone going to buy? I didn't have the proof that I can deliver results. So am I going to be able to deliver results to people? Yeah, will I have time? So not having boundaries, not trusting myself, not feeling worthy enough to launch. You know, even putting out there, like having that fear of not being loved or appreciated, guilty, overwhelmed, sabotage. So all of those things, all of those blocks are inside us that are the first thing that blocks us from getting that offer out there and sharing what we want to share and creating what we want to create. Oh, oops. How did I end up there again? So first things first is working on your mindset. So you need to, first thing you need to have is you need to have a strong self-belief that you can help people, and also believing that you can figure out things when they go wrong, and that you can find ways to get clients, and that you can get people results, and then you can do all of those things without burning yourself out. So you have to believe these things to have that first foundation of, okay, I believe all of these things now, I can now go and launch my offer. And you need to have that abundant mindset that there are clients out there that are going to purchase from you. And if you come in with, I need a sale, I need the neediness mindset, it's going to be much harder. And just wanting to do that, wanting to get that offer out there because it's fulfilling, exciting, and fun, and not because you need a sale. And then also you have to remember that you are running a business and that actually running a business is hard. It takes a lot of time. Things fail, people say no, and that's all part of the journey. And just having that also in the background of your mindset, knowing that it's all experimenting, learning, trying things and building those foundations for your business, and that it's a business and it doesn't mean anything about you, and to focus on a bigger picture, looking at where that business is going, and that knowing that there are some small steps you need to take in the beginning, and there are a lot of steps you need to take to get where you want to go with your business, and just having that awareness. So not feeling bad when things go wrong and when people say no and all of those things. So these are the things that really helped me get more confident in creating those offers and putting them out there, and especially the self-belief, and that belief that you can help people and that you can get people results. And what helped me actually was that certification that I took in the last 5 months, so the Neurogetics framework. And I just wanted to share here how powerful it was and what it actually is. So the Neurogetics framework starts by assessing where you are now and what's stopping you. So getting aware of those blocks that you already have and seeing where you want to go. And also looking a little bit at your human design. So I know that not everyone is interested into human design, but it can really help to see how you can work energetically in alignment. And then after that assessment, you do the deconditioning. So subconsciously you work on those blocks and actually reframing them into more positive way of thinking, into more positive patterns. And changing them from something that's stopping you to actually something that's motivating you and moving you forward. And this is a really powerful part of the Neurogetics framework, and it's done very early, because once you do this deconditioning and once you work on all of those mindset blocks and basically remove them, maybe not all of them, but the crucial ones, you can clearly then see what is your vision and what is your best future. So then going into that best future and identifying what do you want to do and how you want to help, and what is your purpose. And then after getting clarity on this, taking action and going out there and doing things. And I'm going to be talking about that as well. So I've had a few clients go through the Neurogetics process, and the shifts are not just, business wise, but actually they put you at ease, because you start having that abundant mindset. So for example, a client that was always stressed when she was taking time off of her business told me that she doesn't feel stressed and worried at all for taking 2 weeks off in April and 1 week off in May. And that normally she would be stressed and concerned about her business if she was taking time off. So even those small shifts are so powerful. And the quantum leaping in the Neurogetics framework, so in this collapsing time, in the future visioning that happens after deconditioning, is basically putting that abundant feeling in your body through a meditation, and then going towards that future vision and visualizing your best future, and then actually immersing that frequency of that best self version. So that's the quantum leaping that we do in the Neurogetics. And this actually kind of collapses time, because I've seen this in my clients and in myself, even though you don't feel it, but I've seen such rapid results that it really works. So just wanted to share that as well. And this is from a client that had such a powerful session for the future visioning that it went into 7 pages of handwritten notes about that future vision, which is so powerful when you have that clarity of where you are going and what your future can look like. It keeps going back. Okay, so after we've covered the mindset and everything that you need to do for the mindset and what tools could help you, like the Neurogetics framework, we are going to go into the how now, because Of course, you do need the mindset and you do need the how as well. But when you don't have that mindset first, the how is going to be much more difficult. So it can be as easy as you want it to be. It can be really easy, and I've seen it in the last few months, how easy it was for me and my clients when we first addressed the mindset. So when I had the how last 2 years, I had all the strategies, but nothing worked. It was so hard. I was overworking myself just because I didn't work on that mindset part. So I know I had all of these strategies in the last 2 years, and it was much, much harder. When I addressed the mindset, everything started to flow much easily. So I just wanted to say that if you are thinking about, if you feel like it's hard, go back to the mindset part and see what is stopping you, like that perfectionism, that fear that nobody's going to sign up and all of those things, and work on those things, and then come back to the how. So I also wanted to share that 2 years ago, when Emma was born, I've done my first course, my first group program, because when Emma was born, I knew I wanted to do group offers because I wanted to spend even more time with her. And I've offered the course for free because at that point I wasn't sure about anything. I didn't know anything about running courses, and I wanted to test it out and see if I can get people results. And I had people in that course, but nobody got the end result. And for me, that was a failure. It wasn't that I launched and didn't sign anyone up. It was a failure for me because I didn't get anyone to the end result. But later on, I found out that actually the industry norm is that 3 to 5% of people actually finish courses and get the end result, which is quite sad. And if you look at yourself as well and start thinking like, oh, how many courses you went through and didn't finish, you will probably see that majority of courses you bought or took, you didn't come to the end. It's very rarely that someone comes through the whole course, finishes everything, and gets the end results. So what I've wanted to learn when I failed in this, my biggest thing that I wanted to learn was how can I actually get people results. So I've invested in a person to help me one-to-one that knew about courses. I've invested in a big course that the sole purpose of the course was how to get people more results. I also invested in a certification for course and launch strategist. And then after all of those things, I've tested it first on a freebie. So I've done a 5-day challenge. And usually freebies are also like when people go into freebies, because it's free, they're not invested, so even less people go through the freebie. But I had actually 25% of people get the end result in that challenge. So I'm doing that challenge again next week. So it's about branding and getting your brand book finished. And I had 40 people signed up, and 10 people got to the end of the course, were participating every day, were coming to the calls and did their brand book. So that was a really big success for me. And after that, I launched my group program for building a website again, this time paid. And I've got 5 people in, and all 5 people got the website at the end. And basically, this is also something that's unheard of in the course industry, that 100% of people get the end result. So I was really, really happy with this, and I could really see that those things that I've invested in and learned worked. So I just wanted to share that as well. So what do you do when you start with creating a course? What is the first step of the how? So the first step is the research phase. And in this research phase, first you look at you and who do you want to work with? What are your expertise? What is your story? What are your strengths? So you look at what can you help people with? What do you have already now that you can help people get results in? And then you look at them, you look at that ideal client. You need to know who you are targeting, who is your ideal client, and you find them and ask them, what do they need? So what results do they want? So you know what you can help them with, and in that area, ask them what are the results that they actually want, and see which of those results you can get them. And you need your unique way. So what is your specific way to get them from A to B? And in the research phase, you're asking those clients and those ideal clients to help you see what would be the most valuable thing for them, what would help them the most, what they would profit from the most, and you kind of create that with them. So in this research phase, basically you are having conversations with people. You're finding those ideal clients, and you're trying to find that link of what you have and how you can help them. And in the whole research phase, you are creating that offer that you are going to sell to them. And as you are doing the research phase, this is also your selling phase. So while you are talking to people, you're going to find that when they tell you the result they want, they are actually super hot and warm and they want that result. So if you have an offer that is going to give them that result, they will want to buy that offer. They're basically telling you directly, like, I want this. If you have it, I really want it. So this is also your selling phase, where you can tell them that you are creating that offer and that you can follow up with them, or you can even take a deposit from them, or you can even take a pay in full immediately when you are talking with them, if they are really, really interested in your offer. And this has happened. So it's, I can tell you by my personal experience that I've had people that never met me before buy from me on a research call. Never met me before. First time we were talking, and they bought from me. Just because I've asked them, what do you want? What is that result that you want? What is that going to give you? And I've said, I'm creating an offer that is going to give you that result. And they bought from me. And this was when I had no idea about sales, anything, nothing. So your research phase is the most potent selling phase that you can have for your offers. And you don't have anything, you don't need to have anything created then. You just need to have an outline and a result. So yeah, the things you need to have is that result, knowing the result, the specific result they want, that you can get them, and having a little bit, you know that you have that process that you can get them actually from the A to B. So of course you are not going to sell something that you don't know the steps that they need to take to get there. But if you do know those steps, just knowing the basic outline of what are the important milestones of getting there. So for example, for my building a website, I knew that they needed to know what they wanted websites to do for them. They needed to know who is the ideal client. They needed to know what is the branding, how they want people to feel when they land on the website. And then they needed the text on the website, and they needed the graphics and images. And then all of that, when we had all of that, it could be put into a website, and website was done. So I knew what steps they needed to take to get to the end result. So basically, these are the two things you need. You don't need to know exactly every video you are going to create. You don't need to have the materials. You don't need to have the platforms, the anything. You just need these two things to go off and actually sell an offer to someone. So yeah, just to say, what do you need? What could you use when you are creating an offer? So basically you can create whatever you want. So when you look at courses, group programs, memberships, It can be live, it can be pre-recorded, it can be in person, it can have a Facebook community or any other community, it can have a messenger group, you can offer one-to-one calls, you can not have one-to-one calls, you can have group calls, you can send messages to them, you can tell them they can contact you if they want at any point. You can have materials, you don't need to have materials, you can have bonuses, you can have meditations, affirmations, templates. So basically you can do whatever feels good to you and to your client. So you can create any type of offer. There is no one size fits all. If you don't like one platform, you don't need to use it. If you prefer pre-recording videos, you can pre-record. If you prefer doing it live in a group, do it live in a group. If you prefer doing it in person and having, offline courses, workshops, programs, you can do it in person. So you can basically create whatever you want. So there are so many options. You can go with the minimum amount of things. You can add things that you want to add, but you don't have to. So someone said that they are afraid of the tech. Basically, you can run the whole offer just on Zoom and a messenger. You don't even need a Facebook group. You don't need, specific platforms and so on. You can just record the calls and send them calls with emails. So one of my clients, she runs her group programs by just doing that, going on the Zoom and then emailing the recording to people. So it can be done however you want to do it, basically. The point is to ask your ideal client what would be helpful for them, but also look at yourself and what you like to be doing and what works for you. The only thing that you could look at that helps different types of learners is that you have visual, auditory, and some action steps. So people learn either by looking at things, so you can have maybe slides, like I'm having these slides from Canva. You can have your face explaining, maybe they're gonna learn like that. Maybe you have some prompts, listening, so people sometimes just listen and learn in that way. And then some people learn by doing. So while you are teaching them things, you can also tell them to go off and do something or fill in a worksheet or just journal or do some small thing that they have to do, because then those type of people learn more by doing. So those are the three types of learners that you can take into consideration when you are creating your offer. But this as well can be, doesn't need to be too technical and too many things. And actually, when you are creating your first offer, I suggest doing it with as little tech as possible. So I think when I've done the website course and Lorna was on it, we had a Facebook group, calls. I've pre-recorded some videos and put them in the Facebook group. So I didn't have a platform, I just had a Facebook group. I put all the videos there. We were meeting on Zoom and I was giving them homework on Google Docs. So no technical, it wasn't on any platform. Now I have courses on platforms, but then I didn't have a platform. So it was just an easy thing to do. And yeah, it really technically, it was something that everyone uses today, like a Facebook group and Zoom and Google Docs, which are also like you can do on Word and send them a Word document as well. Okay, and then, okay, I'm gonna just say that as you are then thinking about this, so just before you start, see what is the minimum I can do, so minimum viable product that is going to get my clients results. So no fancy things. The first time you run with your first cohort that you pre-sold, and get 5 to 10 people in to test it out. So you can call it a case study group or a beta round, or whatever you want to call it, and have a few people in. If you are not 100% sure that this offer is going to work, just get 5 people in, like I did for my website course, and test it out. And just start with the minimum possible for yourself, so that is the easiest possible for you to create, thinking about what do I need to give them to get to the result. So the minimum possible they need to get to the result. And then as you are doing it, so I've always run my programs literally week by week. I prepare week 1 before week 1. Then I prepare in the week 1, I prepare week 2. And why I've seen that this works really well is because you are going to see how that group is reacting to your trainings, to the pace, to everything that you are doing. You're going to see some people fall behind. You're going to then ask them the feedback and say, why are you falling behind? How can I help you more? How can I make it easier? How can I make it better? And every week, by gathering that feedback from your clients, you can improve next week, and then improve a little bit next week and tweak it. And even when I've done the 5-day challenge, I've done it day by day. So I've recorded one video the day before. I've seen the feedback of people that first day, and I've changed the whole next 4 days based on that first day feedback, because I was gonna put so much more into the next 4 days, but I've seen that people were already struggling with day 1, and I've realized that I have to make it easier. So I've changed the whole next 4 days to make it much, much easier for them. And then that helped me actually get those people to the end result. Because if I followed my own process and thinking like I need to give them like huge education about fonts to get their branding, I think everyone would stop at day 3 and nobody would come to day 5. But at the end, they had their brand book done just because it was easy, and I made just the most important things that they needed to get to that end result. But it was a learning. Even in those 5 days of making that branding challenge, it was a learning. So do it week by week, day by day, ask for a lot of feedback from the people in there. Think about it, see what's working, what's not, see how you can improve it, adjust it as you go. So even if you had an outline in the beginning, if you see that they need something different, or they're asking you more questions that you wanted to cover later on, you can switch things around, because you are in a testing phase. When you run your first time that group program, that's a testing phase. And then when you finish that first version, then you can improve. Then you can go back and see all the things that you got, all the feedback you got, and you can then go back and improve the things that were not as good, that could be improved, remove the things that were not necessary, put in other things, and so on. And then you can also launch it again as a test again and see how it works with the new and improved version, and then launch it again and improve it a little bit more again, until you are completely satisfied, until you see that everyone is getting good results, that the program is working, amazingly. Then you can just leave it there as a recorded program and just get people through it, give them maybe some other support, but basically have everything there and set, and then you don't need to do those feedback and adjustments anymore. But the most important thing in the first run of the program is that feedback and analyzing everything that's happening and everything that's working and that's not working. And as I was doing my programs, I just wanted to put in some things that I've seen that work good for people and that get people good results. So first of all is knowing what is the bigger picture. So when they start and going into day-to-day tasks that you give them, sometimes they're not gonna be aware why those things are important. So you have to put it in the bigger picture. So why is that small thing they're working on important for the bigger picture? Knowing what certain steps are important. So you can even give them extra bits and tell them this is an extra, but these 5 things are the most important to do. So they know even what is the most important. Giving them a simple step-by-step process from getting them to A to B. So literally the easier it is, the better. Then also giving them really small action steps that they can implement immediately as they go. So simplify things for them, give them as easy as possible homework, because everyone is overwhelmed in today's world and everyone has too many things to do. Accountability is a big one. So if you can hold your people accountable in some way, that is going to go a long way as well. That following up and asking for feedback, because they feel involved, they feel like they're helping you, they feel they make a difference in creating this course. So they're gonna feel more important, and actually that is going to give them more motivation to finish the course. Not giving them unnecessary information that is not necessary to get to the end result, because that might overwhelm them. As I said, less is more. So if with everything that you are putting in the course, ask yourself, is this absolutely important and crucial for them to get the end result? And if it's not, it can go out, or it can be there, but you tell them that it's not the step that they need to take. It's something extra they can do if they have time. And then also those mindset things. So believing in them that they can do it, because sometimes people come in with the limiting beliefs that they cannot do things. So that I can tell you from my website course that I think everyone came in thinking that they're not technical, that they don't know anything about tech, they were scared of tech. But in the end, all of them finished their websites, because I was there believing in them and telling them that they can do it, that they're capable of doing it, that it's nothing that difficult. I think that helped a lot. So just believing in your people, believing in your clients, and seeing and having them see that they are capable of finishing and doing those things. And always try to improve their mindset as well, to not be scared of the things that you are showing them and the new things they are doing, and switching that mindset to a solution-based or growth-based, or just like, I'm testing and trying things out and it doesn't mean anything about me. And lots of other mindsets. So as we are all coaches, knowing how to coach your clients also through the hard times and through getting to those results. And then once you've run your first program, what can you do next to then improve that and sell again? So now you know it works, you know it gets people results. So if you have some time and money, I would invest into making it better, either by you maybe getting some more education on how to improve or how to use a different technology or software, or just learning more about learning styles and so on, or invest into someone who can help you, or invest into a program that can help you, because you know now that you have something good. And if you invest your time or money in it, you can scale it. So it can go from 5 to 10 people. Next time it can be 20 people in that offer. Next time it can be 30, 50, 100. So looking at where can I put my money or time so that I can make this offer scalable, so that I can have this offer that a lot of people can go in, that I can handle, maybe hire a team member, a co-coach, something that will help you increase and scale that offer. So depending on how that offer looks like, just finding the ways, you will see, you will know the ways, you will intuitively know how you can improve it and how you can make it better and how you can scale it. Just also not being afraid of this phase. So it's just a natural phase that comes after you've run your first offer. And what will help you launch and get more clients in is collecting testimonials and social proofs. So as you are going through the program, collect that social proof from people, collect their feedback, the good feedback, what they are getting out of it, all the results they are getting, all of that. When you present that to other people that are struggling with the same problem and they can see that you managed to get other people the result, they're going to trust you more, and they're going to have that proof that if they invest in you and your offer, they can get the result that they want. Also use the clients that you did get those results to, because they are your biggest fans and they're your ambassadors now, so they can refer you to other people. So you can give a referral fee to them, or you can just ask them to share with their friends or on their social media or something like that, and use them because they already know you, they know how you got them results, so they are going to be willing to help you help more people. And then when you are launching, use all of those referrals and testimonials as much as you can. So the second round, as I've said, just tweak it a little bit and try to record the final version of the videos if needed. Maybe you already have the final version from the first run, so just see which parts have to be tweaked, but some parts maybe don't need to be tweaked at all. What was I gonna say? So you can run the second version, as I said, as another test to see the improved version, or you can already run it as like, okay, now I'm gonna record everything that's gonna be final. So putting that effort into the final version. But if you take even 5 times to run and improve, that's also perfectly fine, because there is always room for improvement. But then also stop being perfectionist, and if you see that it's getting result and it's enough, that's enough. You don't need to improve it 70 times. So just also to say that. So yeah, the second one is just more insight in how to make it better. And with every round, even when you do have the final version of it done, always take feedback, always ask people. If someone didn't finish, go back to them and ask them why you didn't finish. When someone did finish, ask them why, how come you finished? What helped you? Get that feedback and keep doing the market research the whole time in your business. So market research is really important. And you can launch your offers in any way you want. So there are literally thousands of strategies, hundreds of strategies. They can all work, but you need to find one that works for you. So you need to find something you are comfortable with. You can do a masterclass like I'm doing and launch from a masterclass. You can do a challenge. You can just promote on your stories, in your social media. You can email people. You can give flyers around. So there are a million of ways you can get clients to get again into your course. You can do ads. You can do a million of things. The thing is that think as a business owner and see what will work for you, what you think could work, and test things out as well. So even the bigger businesses, they don't use the same strategy over and over again. They always analyze, see what worked, what didn't, improve, try a different thing, see if that works, if it doesn't. So nobody that I know in the business world is just launching in a one way and that way, and they don't improve anything, they don't try anything else. So everyone out there is testing out a million of things. So find something that you think you would enjoy and start with that first. And if that doesn't work, see how it can be tweaked or see what other things you can do. Okay, so that's it. We have finished. So basically, you learned today where to start and to start working on that mindset first, because if you don't have the mindset, all of this is going to be really hard. It's possible, but you're going to struggle and feel bad and burn out probably. So just taking a few months or weeks to work on your mindset can be so beneficial for all of these stages to be so much easier later on and more successful. So to build an irresistible offer, as I said, you need that end result. You need to talk to people and ask them, what do they want? What is that end result they want? And that they are willing to pay for. And when you have that, when you have your system, you ask them what would make this offer irresistible for you, and you add all of those things, but make it as easy as possible for yourself. And then how to pre-sell it and then profit from it over and over again. So when you are doing that initial market research, this is the phase where you pre-sell it. And when you share it with other people, share with people that know that you know would want that result, talking to them. And honestly, talking to people one-to-one is the highest conversion. So whenever I've promoted something on a masterclass or social media or somewhere where it wasn't one-to-one, the conversion rates were really low. Whereas whenever I came on a call with someone and actually was interested in what they want, what they need, what results do they want to get, what are they struggling with, it was so much easier to then get them into my offers, even if they were completely new to me and I've never spoken to them before. So just saying that. And again, the mindset is the bottom of the pyramid that holds all of these things. And then you just have to go out, take that action, try things out. And then after trying, testing, and analyzing, you will get your strategy, and just keep on trusting, and things are going to work. So thank you everyone that watched till the end. I know this has been a long masterclass with a lot of things mentioned, but I really believe that if you went and implemented those things right now in the next few months, that you would have a successful first sold out signature offer version done, and had that success later on as well, because I've seen it work. I've seen it work for myself a couple of times and for my clients. So it's a really, I think, a failed proof way of doing things to launch your group offers. And if you want to learn more and follow me more, follow me on social media or send me a message if you want to connect. And I'm also open for one-to-one coaching, and I'm planning on maybe launching a small group where it's going to be a one-to-one coaching together with education and more in-depth videos on how you can create your offers, what do you need for them, and so on, how you can launch them later on, and all of those different launch types that you can do. So if anyone is interested in working one-to-one with me or in that small group, please reach out and we can get on a call and chat about it and see what do you need and if I would be a good fit to help you with that. So thank you so much. I'm going to stop share now.